Good morning, everyone. Today we are discussing about solved problems on brake test. In previous class, brake test on DC motor, shunt motor, compound motor, series motors we are discussed. Now, related problems when we are conducting the brake test on DC series motor, on DC shunt motor, compound motor, the solution how to solve we are going to discuss now. First problem, in a brake test, the effective load on the branch pulley was 38.1 kg. The effective diameter of the pulley 63.5 centimeter and speed 12 revolutions per second. The motor took 49 ampere at 220 volt. Calculate the output power and the efficiency at this load. All of you note this problem and solve. So in this problem, we are conducting the brake test and the branch pulley, the effective load is 38.1 kg. Diameter of the pulley is 63.5 centimeters. Speed 12 revolution per second is given. And the motor took 49 ampere at 220 volt. Then you can calculate the output power and the efficiency at given load. Now we are going to solve this problem. All of you are note this given data and note the problem. So here we know that there are two spring balance. Their difference is given 38.1 kg weight. Therefore, the effective load is W1 minus W2 is equal 38.1 kg weight. Radius of the pulley is actually diameter is given. Now you can calculate the radius of the pulley 0.635 meters by 2, because here the diameter of the pulley is D is equal to, so is 0.635 meters. Now you can calculate radius 0.635 by 2, which is equivalent to 0.3175 meters. Next, shaft torque is given. Next you are calculate shaft torque. So we know that the effective load of the pulley is 38.1 kg weight. So shaft torque is equal the effective load W1 minus W2 into R. So here W1 minus W2 is 38.1 and radius of the pulley is 0.3175 meters. Now multiply these two and we'll get the shaft torque 38.1 into 0.3175 kg meter, which is equal 9. So you can convert here kg meters is equal to Newton meters, that is 9.81. So you can write now in this problem for calculation of the shaft torque 9.81 into 38.1 into 0.3175, which is equivalent to 118.6 Newton meter, which is equivalent to 118.6 Newton meters. Next, you can calculate the power output. So power output, torque into angular velocity in radians per seconds. So that is torque, you know that 118.6. Angular velocity, you know that is Therefore, shaft torque is 9.81 into 38.1 and radius is 0.3175, which is equivalent to 118.6 Newton meters. Power output is torque into angular velocity in radians per seconds, that is 118.6 angular velocity 2 pi into F12, that is which is equivalent to 8945 watts. Therefore, motor input is given 49 into 220 watts. Now you can calculate the efficiency of this motor output by input, that is 8945 divided by 49 into 220 into 100%, which is equivalent to 83%. Therefore, the motor efficiency is 83%. When we are conducting the brake test, we will get the efficiency of this motor is 83%. Next problem. All of you know this problem. This is also brake test conducted on shunt motor. The spring balance is given, radius is given, and currents. So you can calculate output power, torque, and efficiency. In this problem, here you can see that and note this problem. In a brake test on a DC shunt motor, the tensions on the two sides of the brake were 2.9 kg and 0.17 kg. So we are applying this spring balancing shown 2.9 kg and 0.17 kg. Radius of the pulley was 7 centimeters. Input current was 2 amps at 230 volts. The motor speed was 1500 rpm. Find the torque, power output, and efficiency. All of you note the given data is given from the problem. When we are conducting the brake test on DC shunt motor, there are two sides spring balance are shown. Their weight is 2.9 kgs and 0.17 kgs. And the radius of the pulley is 7 centimeters. Their input current is 2 ampere, voltage 230 volts. Motor speed also given, that is 1500 rpm. Now you can calculate the torque and power output efficiency of the motor. Type of motor is DC shunt motor. So all of you note this given data. By using their equation, you can calculate torque, power output, and efficiency. First of all, you can note the given data. For solving this total problem, for calculating of the torque, power output, and efficiency, here you can see that type of DC shunt motor is, here motor is DC shunt motor, which is having F1 F2 is shunt field connected in series with the variable resistance. Across this there is a armature which is having A1 and A2 winding, and there is a brake pulley connected to the spring balances and the F1 and F2. Current passed through this DC shunt motor is 2 ampere, applying 230 volts. When you are conducting brake test on DC shunt motor, you can calculate the output power, torque, and efficiency of the motor. Here you can see The net force applied on the pulley is W1 minus W2. So there is 2.90 minus 0.17, which is equal to 2.73 kgs. The force applied on the pulley is 2.73 kgs. 1 kg is equal to 9.8 Newton meters. So 2.73 into 9.81 is equal to 26.78 Newton watts. That is net force is applied on the pulley. So now you can say, and you can calculate the torque, which is equivalent to force into radius. Do you know that net force applied on the pulley 26.78, radius is given 7, convert into meters, that is 7 centimeters is given, so 7 by 100, 1.8746 Newton meters. So that is torque is 1.8746 Newton meters. Now calculate the output power. Therefore, power output is equal to torque into radians per second. We are calculated the torque. Torque value is 1.8746 Newton meters, and radians per second is calculated, that is 2 pi n by 60, which is equivalent to radians per seconds. So that is finally you can multiply this value and you will get 294 watts. What is the power output? 294 watts. Now you will calculate the efficiency of the machine. So DC shunt motor, when we are applying the brake test, their efficiency is output by input, which is equal to 0.639. So therefore percentage efficiency is 63.9%. Next, all of you note this problem. Here we are going to calculate this problem on by conducting the Swinburne test. And all of you note that's given data in the problem and understand the problem, how we will calculate when we are conducting this Swinburne test. So here you can see that a 200 volt 14.92 kilowatt DC shunt motor, when tested by the Swinburne method, gave the following results. Running light armature current was 6.5 ampere and field current was 2.2 ampere. Full stop. With the armature locked, the current was 70 ampere when a potential difference of 3 volt was applied to the brush. Estimate the efficiency of the motor when working under full load conditions. This is our problem. All of you note this problem. I can solve. right? All of you, 1 second, listen this problem for calculation point of view. It is one of the easy, but when you are conducting the human test in the laboratory, you can follow this data. A 200 volt 14.92 kilowatt DC center motor, when tested by the swimmer method, which is give the following results. When which is rotating or running at light loads, armature current was 6.5 ampere and field current was 2.2 ampere. With armature locked, the current was 70 ampere when a potential difference of 3 volt was applied to the brushes. Estimate the efficiency of the motor when working under full load conditions. All of you note the given data and I can solve the problems. Here we are conducting the Swinburne's method. From this method, the problem is given, you can note the data under no load condition, under load condition. So no load input current is given first, that is 6.5 plus 2.2 is equal to 8.7 ampere. No load power input is also given 200 into 8.7 because of voltage applied is V is equal to 200 volts and no load input current is 8.7 ampere. Then no load power input is 200 into 8.7, 1740 watt. No load input equals copper losses and stray losses. No load input equals copper losses and stray losses. Therefore, field copper loss, which is equal 200 into 2.2 is equal 440 watt. Armature copper loss, which is equal, so here current is 6.52 into RA, armature resistance 0.04286. Therefore, armature copper loss is 1.8 watts. Now we can write, there is a small drop is given, that is 3 volts. You can calculate armature resistance. RA is equal to 3 by 17. So which is equal to 0.04286, that is armature resistance of the motor. Now the constant losses is equal to no load power input minus armature copper loss. 1740 minus 1.8, which is equal to 1738 watts. What is the constant loss? 1738 watt. We will assume that constant losses are the same at full load. Therefore, IA full load armature current. That you can note that again. Remember that IA is full load armature current. All of you know this problem. What is in data is given. All of first of all you can write. Next you can calculate the step-by-step method. No load input current. Then no load input power. No field copper loss, armature copper loss, armature resistance of the decision motor, constant loss. Then you will get solve the problem for calculation of the output and efficiency of this machine. So it must be note this data and calculate first of all. We will assume remaining that constant losses are the same at full load. Okay, so you can see that there is a armature current IA, full load armature current. Full load armature copper loss, that is armature resistance is RA, which is equal to 0.04286. Armature copper loss is equal to IA square RA. So here now 2 you can note this is IA square. So IA square RA is 0.04286 IA. Ia square or is 0.04286 Ia square watts. And already we are calculated that is the constant loss 1738 watt. Therefore, full load total loss is which is equivalent to 1738 plus 0.04286 Ia square. Here all of you note not Ia2, this is Ia square. Full load output which is equivalent to 14,920 watts. Therefore, full load input is equal to voltage V 200 Ia plus IL 2.2 watts A plus ISH, that is load current. Therefore, the full load input is 200 into Ia plus 2.2 watts. We know that input is equal to output plus losses. What is the input? 200 into Ia plus 2.2, which is equivalent to 200 Ia plus 440 is equal to 14,920 plus 1,738 plus 0.04286 Ia square, and you can write this equation in the form of ax square bx plus c is equal to 0, and you can calculate armature current by applying the equation, geometric equation, minus b plus or minus 2 of b square minus 4ac by 2a. You can write here all the values and you can get the armature current. So that is Ia is equal to 82.5 amperes. What is the armature current? 82.5 amperes. Now you can note the input current 82.5 plus 2.2, which is equal to 84.7 amperes. So the input current is 84.7 ampere. Now you can calculate power input Vi 200 into 84.7, which is equal to 16,940 watts. So therefore the motor efficiency when we are conducting the instrument test, that is output by input into 100, which is equivalent to 14,920 by 16,940 into 100 is equal to 88%. The motor efficiency when we are conducting swim band test, the efficiency is 88%. So what is the efficiency? 88%. Next problem you can solve. First of all, you can note this problem and solve the problem. In a test on DC shunt generator whose full load output is 200 kilowatt at 250 volts, the following were obtained. There is when running light as a motor at full speed, the line current was when running light as a motor at full speed, the line current was 36 ampere, the field current 12 ampere, and the supply voltage 250 volt. B. With the machine at rest, a potential difference of 6 volt produced a current of 400 ampere through the armature circuit. Explain how these results may be utilized to obtain the efficiency of generator at full load and half load. Neglect brush voltage drop. neglect bus brush voltage drop. All of you note this problem. So all of you know this given data. Generator which is rotate, machine is at full load output is 200 kilowatt. Supply voltage is 250 volt. Even when which is running at a light load, line current is 36 ampere and field current is 12 ampere. Supply voltage is 250 volt. When the machine is at rest condition, 6 volt potential difference is produced and current is 400 ampere passed through the armature. So at this condition, how we are utilizing this test data for obtaining the efficiency of the generator at full load and half load. In the problem also is same, neglect the brush voltage drop. So at no load, we are not applying any load. At no load condition, IA is equal to 36.12. So that is 24 ampere current. Armature resistance and when which is a rest machine which is having some resistance, that is RA is equal to 6 by 400 0.015 ohms, and calculate the armature copper loss, that is IA square RA. Here you can read 24 square into 0.015 because of RA is armature resistance 0.015. 24 square into 0.015 which is equal to 8.64 watt, that is the armature copper loss. No load input is equal to total loss in the machine, that is 250 into 36 which is equal to 9000 watts. Constant loss 9000 is minus no load input 8.64. 9000 no load input minus, so there is a armature copper loss. So constant loss is equal to no load input minus armature copper loss which is equal to 9000 minus 8.64 is equal to 8991.4 watts. So this is the constant loss of the machine. When under running under rest position, we are calculated the constant loss of the shunt generator. We see that 8991.4 watts. So at full load, we can calculate the output and efficiency of the machine is. Output is given 2 lakhs watts or 200 kilowatts. Output current is equal to, so 20 kilowatt divided by 250, 800 ampere. Shunt current is equal to 12 amperes. Full load armature current 800 plus 12 is equal to 812 ampere. Full load armature copper losses, which is equal to 812 square into 0.015 Ia square RA, which is equal to 9890 watt. Full load total losses is equal to 9890 plus 8991.4 is equal to 1881 watts. Therefore, efficiency of the machine at full load is output by input, which is equivalent to 91.4%. 91.4%. So output is given, that is the problem from. So we know that the output of the value, that is 200 kilowatt input, which is equivalent to output plus minus losses. So therefore full load losses also calculated, and you can write here 200 kilowatt divided by 200 kilowatt plus 18,081 into 100, which is equal to 91.4%. That is the efficiency of the machine. At half load, output is at full load. We know that the value of output is 200 kilowatt is given. At half load, output is 100 watts, 100 kilowatts. Therefore, output current, which is equal to 100 kilowatt by 250 is equal to 400 ampere. So Ia is equal to 400 plus 12, 412 amperes. Therefore, armature copper loss Ia square, you can read here Ia square RA, which is equivalent to 412 square into 0.015 is equal to 2546 watt. Therefore, the total losses is 8991.4 plus 2546 is equal to 11537 watt. Therefore, efficiency of the machines at half load is 1 lakh by 1,11,537 into 100 is equal to 89.6%. So this is a machine at half load efficiency, and full load efficiency we are calculating by using the given data from the problem. All of you note this problem. A 250 volt 14.92 kilowatt shunt motor has a maximum efficiency of 88% and speed of 700 rpm. When delivering 80% of its rated output, the resistance of its shunt field is 100 ohm. Determine the efficiency and speed when the motor draws a current of 78 ampere from the mains. So here the given problem is, you can read a note and write the given data. The data is a 250 volt 14.92 kilowatt shunt motor has a maximum efficiency of 88% and speed of 700 rpm. When delivering 80% of its rated output, the resistance of its shunt field is 100 ohm. Determine the efficiency and speed when the motor draws a current of 78 ampere from the mains. So this is your problem. So given data is, efficiency is given, that is 88%. Rotation of the machine speed is given 700 rpm. Output is 80% when delivering. The resistance of the shunt field is RSS, that is equal to 100 ohms. You can calculate by using this data, that is the efficiency of the machine. And when the motor is draws, current is 78 ampere from the mains. So one by one you can note this data. So that is given data. Full load output is 14,920 watts. 80% of full load output is equal to 0.8 into 14,920, which is equal to 11,936 watt. Efficiency is equal to 0.88. Input is equal to 11,936, means input is equal to output by efficiency, which is equal to output load output. We can write the output value 80% of full load output, that is 11,936 by 0.88, which is equivalent to 13,564 watt. The total losses is output minus input, 13,564 minus 11,936, which is equivalent to 1,628 watt. As efficiency is maximum at this load, the variable loss is equal to constant losses. Therefore, constant loss is equal to IA square RA. So IA is equal to given value. So IA square RA, which is equal to 1625 by 2. IA square RA is equal to 814 watt. Therefore, from this you can calculate input current. So there is a input value 13,564 watt. Input current is input power by applied voltage 250 volt, which is equivalent to 54.25 amperes. Therefore, the shunt field current, the shunt field resistance is given, that is 250 ohms, and shunt field current, which is equal to applied voltage V by RSS. So here V is 250, RSS is 100, which is equivalent to 2.5 ampere. Therefore, the shunt field current is 2.5 ampere. IA is equal to 54.25 minus 2.5, which is equivalent to 51.75 ampere current. So what is the armature current? 51.75 ampere. Right? Cannot all of you. The solution. Right, next. So IA square RA, IA is 51.75 square into RA, which is equal to 815 watts. Now you can calculate the armature resistance is 0.3045 ohms. When input current is 78 ampere from the mains, therefore IA is equal to IL minus ISS. So what is the IL line current? That is 78 ampere. 78 minus 2.5 is equal to 75.5 amperes. Therefore, armature copper loss IA square RA, which is equivalent to 75.5 square into 0.3045 is equal to 1736 watt. Total losses is equal to armature copper losses plus input. So here you can note the total losses 1736 plus 814, which is equal to 2540 watts. That is the total loss of the machine. Therefore, input is equal to V into I. L. 250 is the applied voltage, 78 is the line current is given from the mains. So input is equal to 50 into 78, which is equal to 19,500 watt. Therefore, you can calculate the efficiency of the machine. That is output by input into 100. Efficiency is equal to output by input into 100.
What is output? Input minus losses. Total losses. Input here 19,500 minus 2,550 is losses divided by 19,550 into 100. So which is equivalent to 86.9%. The efficiency of the machine is 86.9%. Efficiency of the machine is 86.9%. Right, next, speed. You know that formula EB is directly proportional to speed. Then you can write this formula N2 by N1 is equal to EB2 by EB1. Here you can write not B1, EB1. So N2 by 700, which is equivalent to 250 minus 75.5 into 0.3045 divided by 250 minus 51.75 into 0.3045. So therefore N2 is equivalent to 227 by 234.25. Therefore N2 is equal to 700 into 227 by 234.25, which is equivalent to 677 rpm. There the speed of the machine is 677 rpm. So these are the problem on different tests when we are conducting, and we are calculating the input power, torque and efficiency of the machine by using their fundamental equations we are calculating. So go through for the books and by your curriculum, according to your curriculum, go through Falcon says he is also providing the good information for calculation of this problem. For laboratory practice is most important for conducting the test. Brake test on DC motors. These are series type, shunt type and compound type motors. When we are conducting the test, we can note all these data: applied voltage, spring balances S1 and S2, W1 and W2, current, armature current, load current, and shaft radius, pulley radius. Then you can calculate torque, output power, input power, efficiency and machine. With respect to these data, you can draw the graph efficiency versus torque, speed versus torque, speed versus armature current. You will take this different data and you can calculate, draw the graph for showing the good performance of this when we are conducting the test on DC series motor or shunt motor or compound motor. You will all or not. So today I am going to stop for this class. Tomorrow we are going to discuss batteries. Thank you all of you.